Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money. Hi everybody, it is Tuesday, September 9th. The market just closed for the day. Let's review the tickers we have on deck to see if my predictions have been going as planned. The first ticker we're looking at are the triple Qs. You can see my annotations here from the past few weeks, how I made note about these sell signals by the sharks and the big players in the market. You can also see that the price action over the past few weeks has been very much sideways. Excuse me. Despite it being sideways, my overall prediction remains unchanged. The market is pretty much at a top, and the overall direction from a momentum standpoint is to the downside. Because of that, I'm not changing my annotations. I'm just going to slide them over to the right because the price action has been pretty much sideways. I'm just going to slide it over to the right just so that we can see things a little bit more clearly for the future. Okay, so overall, moving to the right. I'm also going to extend this long-term trend line. Let's move to the right also like that. Okay, so that you can see the likely move will be a downward move, maybe a retest of resistance here, and then further low prices. Actually, I'm just going to move everything a little bit further to the right, just so that's a little cleaner. All right, excuse me here. It's kind of hard to grab this. Okay. All right, there you go. Support is down here at 485. Let's switch to the next ticker. We've got GDX. The GDX trade here has really been very, very bullish from a price action standpoint. You can see that price continued to move up despite these two sell indicators by the sharks due to this negative divergence down here. What I do see though is that this is a topping pattern. So I'm going to annotate it in that way. This is a topping pattern up here, and likely what we'll see down here is bearish divergence starting to show up. What I feel is going to happen, because it's been doing so on the other tickers, is that price will end up failing this support line here. Once it fails the support line, then it's further low prices. So I'm just going to, excuse me here, clean this up, slide my annotations to the right. Okay. The overall move to the downside could be around 20%, all right, depending on how far it gets down to this trend line down here. So really no change in GDX, just to the downside. Switching to strategy, aka what was known as MicroStrategy. My prediction is for the downside move, and it's doing it. I'm going to clean this up a little bit as well, just to show you what my annotations were. This is the 200-day. I'm going to clean that up. You can see the 200-day moving upward here, and then it's leveling out. And since then, you can see prices continue to go down. My prediction, as you can see here, is that it'll likely come down to this 300 range down here. Okay, there's weakness. Now, what we do see, and I don't want us to be blind to it, is this bullish divergence that started here. Okay, so it's very possible that it will only get to, and actually I'll make the annotation, I think it will come down to this line here. It might only come down to this 310 zone before it uses it as support to then bounce upward. I'm not taking a trade on this one to the upside. Okay, it may do this thing, and hit the 200-day again. I'm not going to take it as a long because I feel MicroStrategy and Bitcoin stocks in general, ETF stocks, what have you, are very manipulated. So I'm not going to go long on this. I'm sticking to the conviction that all of this downward momentum here is meant to have Bitcoin price ultimately get down to this 235 zone down here, where there is actual support. Okay. So right now, I'm not going to look at this as a long. I'm going to wait until it comes up into resistance, probably the 200-day up here, or back up in this 361 as resistance. I'll make a note here just to kind of have some clarity in what I'm saying. And then I'll join the selling with the sharks. The next ticker is Microsoft. I've talked about this for the past more than a month due to all these sell signals here that I put here with the sharks, due to all this negative momentum, all this selling here right after earnings. Here's earnings day, selling, selling, selling. It's all selling. The big players, the sharks, are getting out. So my annotation is not changing. It's further low prices remain the move for Microsoft. I'm just kind of tweaking it here. The support area, first support will be down here at the 200-day, but I think the next real support zone will be at this trend line here. Okay, so there may be some support along here, which may coincide with the start of the gap fill. Okay, so we'll see. But it's further low prices for Microsoft. I think ultimately it'll come down to this 390 zone. Or let's see, I made this annotation down here where it's a big zone of support. So it's possible price may get down here to this 350 zone. But for now, the first target is a 200-day. Then it will be this gap fill. Okay, I'll just slide it over. Just kind of go like that for Microsoft. All right. So that is the Microsoft move that's coming. Let's switch to Elon's company, Tesla. Tesla price action has come right back up into resistance. So you can see right here along this trend line, it's all resistance. The price has come back up the past couple of days, hit resistance, and it is resistance. You don't see any bullish momentum down here. It's just price action by the smaller fry to come back into by the market. So the smaller fish, like retail investors, they're coming back in and right into resistance. So this would be an objective short if someone were to take the play with the sharks. Okay, the sharks have told one another to get out. Right over here, the selling started. Now you can even see. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit. Take a look at the volume indicator at the bottom. You can see how the volume has been getting lower. Okay, so there's more volume over here with the buying. Come up here, big sell day here. Okay, a lot of selling and red candles. And then volume has been decreasing. People aren't really buying it in. It's not conviction-filled purchasing. Instead, I feel it's almost algorithmic the way this is moving. And then the selling will resume. So just watch out for that. If you're long on Tesla, if you're deciding to get back in, you heard it here. I'm not recommending it. The next play is Palantir. Palantir had this all-time high over here with tremendous bearish divergence down here. Okay, lots and lots of it. But the two sharks here to say, folks, the big players are getting out. And I'm sticking with that prediction. My annotations there indicate further low prices. It's not changed. I'm not changing my tune. If anything, I'm just going to slide this down over here. Okay. You can see there's resistance here at the bottom edge of the gap fill. Okay. With low volume today. Price moved up, but with low volume. That means people are buying it for a higher price to move it up. Anyway, lower prices is the general direction. The more risk favorable direction is to the downside. So either get out of your long trade, take your profits, or go short with the sharks. Next up is Northrop Grumman, behaving as I had talked about. Talked about this being the bait. They baited folks to buy back in and get all excited. They then told one another here to get out. They did so again here to get out. And you can see I drew this red line to show an area of resistance, and price has been behaving exactly as I predicted. Additionally, today's price action, yesterday and today, have reinforced this as a trend line. You can see price opened yesterday pretty much at the trend line and used it as support today, opened, and then sold down right to the trend line. Okay. You would think that the trend line would hold, and I don't think it will, because there is no bullish divergence down here. Okay. RSI remains to the downside. The momentum change happened here. So really, lower prices for Northrop Grumman. Take your profits, be happy with the gains that you have, and then just wait for when the momentum indicator guides us to get back in, right? So it's about, from where we are here, about another 10% down to get to this gap fill, and then we'll revisit what the play likely will be next. I really think it'll come back. It'll get underneath the 200-day and maybe come down to hit this purple trend line, but that may be a few months out. Okay, but overall, the general direction is to the south. Next up, General Motors. Okay, same thing. I mean, a lot of the stocks are doing the same thing. The sell indicator came. Okay, put the shark here. Price moved back up with low volume. You can see that they poked it through above this upper trend line. And I drew the zigzags here, and I drew how price would behave. And yes, it's doing it. You can see it. Okay, go back last week and the week before when I drew these squiggly lines to say this is what's going to happen. Well, it's doing it. Okay. If you're in GM, take your profits because it's further low prices for GM. I'll just kind of draw it like this, and just to give us an idea of how much further it can go down. Let's find the support. So give me a second here. I think the next support zone would be the 200-day. So 200-day about down here, about a 15% move to wherever the 200-day would be. And then we'll have to see. Okay. This is not the time to go long GM. The same thing for Abercrombie and Fitch. My annotations, all to the downside. You can see that. I talked about this area of resistance up here, which is the 200-day, and how you can even see on this little arrow that I drew, price will likely come up, perhaps retest the 200-day. So I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to push price up. The sharks, market makers will push price up, hit the 200-day or close to it, and then can resume their selling. Okay, they have to sell to somebody, right? Institutions have to sell to somebody to be on the other side of the trade. So they sell it to the mom and pops and small guys like us, who are the ones who are uninformed. Further low prices for ANF. Switching to a long play, behaving really well. I'm in this trade long. I talked about an area of support here, which didn't take place, okay? But I also drew the even better area of support, which is this one. And lo and behold, look what it did. Price did come down, kissed it here. This would have been a beautiful long to start it from down here. Nonetheless, if you took the trade early, like I did, I took it over here at about 49.50. I'm slightly in the positive, but the ultimate goal is the 200-day. My first target is the 200-day, which is about here. So that'll be from where we are right now. That's about more than a 10% gain. And then we'll revisit. I do think the next area of resistance above that, because there is a lot of bullishness. Bullishness continues, in fact. It goes all the way back here. Look at this. Tons of bullishness, okay? All the way back to November of 24. So it's very possible the next zone where it might head to would be about up here, this 65. So I'm going to put, I'm going to draw, let's see. And the reason for the 65 is this lower gap fill. I'm just going to draw it right here. Okay, right there. You're going to say, well, why is that significant? Well, it's really not crazy significant other than it's a target. Okay, when we're making trades, we have to have a target to know when to get out, when to take our profits. So right now, that would be my target, my actual target. Okay, so it doesn't mean that it's going to go zip straight up. What I'm saying is it'll do the whole zigzag thing as price always does. It'll go up, hit the 200-day, bounce around, hit this, bounce around, right? It'll do this whole zigzag before it gets all the way up there. Okay, I'll make the final line like this. All right, and resistance will be there, waiting up here. Okay, so that's the ultimate move. For those who really like to track percentages, well, from where we are now to up here, about a 30% move. Okay, which is fabulous. I'll probably take profit here, let it come down, and then enter again. So I like to enter at these points down here, sell at these resistance points. I like to play between the lines. I'm not one to just hold for a long time. Switching to the other long play, and this one is equally good for those who are excited about it. Look at this trend line that I drew here, this thick black line here. And I talked about, hey, this whale said, time to buy back in. And I talked about if you were able to take an entry along this point right here, see this green line that I drew here? Well, look where what price has been doing over the past few days. It's kissed it, and then it's basically been bouncing around at that trend line perfectly. Okay, so there it is. If you could take an entry here, it's pretty golden. I'd be happy for you. I'd be happy for me. I'm already in this trade, so yeah, that's fine. I'm in this trade, slightly positive. Ultimate target, excuse me, is the 200-day. It's about a 26% move up. Okay. Actually, let me take this off here. Switch back to the other one. So from where we are here, let me slide this down. From where we are here to through the gap fill, about 20%, ultimately the 200-day. Okay, so it might hit it over here where the arrow is, but more than a 20% move. That's kind of the idea. So let's just kind of draw this for folks to see, right? My annotation. Okay, ultimately that's the direction. It's definitely a long. I want to take a quick peek at the price action. All right, I'm zooming in a lot. You can see that this red candle here is lower than this one. Okay, so this is a higher low. This is a lower low. And despite all of that, the RSI is moving upwards as well. Okay, It's just another signal for you to be aware of when you're trading. The momentum is a really valuable indicator. The RSI, you can see all this bullish momentum here, plus the more recent bullish momentum. So really, this is a really lovely long. Okay, so not many tickers on the long side. I've got a few other ones that are not tech stocks that are setting up for a long. I'll review them a little bit more closely, and I might put a video out or a note out about them as possibilities. If not, I'll do it for next Tuesday, next Tuesday's video for those long ideas. Overall, the market is setting up for a bearish move, so be careful on the long side. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment for me about what tickers you would like to have me discuss. And as always, please share it with your friends and family. And good luck with your trades.